Howdy folks, this is Monster Opal video take like 15 or something. We're just going to get through it this time. If you see one that you like but you don't get real good video of it, or you want better video of it, let me know. I'll pull it out and make a short video of just that one. These are Monster Opals that I've mined here in Southern Oregon, Fire Opals. And I've had a lot of requests for big Monster Opals for people's collections and specimens, and some cutters for people who want bigger opals. Now I happen to know that the largest flat faceted American fire opal, and any fire opal as far as I know, in existence is just a little over 60 carats, maybe 65 carats. It was cut by Ken Lack, and that opal now resides in the Smithsonian. I have an opal here that could very well be the new world record for a flat faceted stone, and when we get to it I'll show you, make sure you understand that's the one I'm talking about. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm going to start out with a couple of small ones, and we'll work our way on up to the monsters. So if you're ready for some pretty opal, let's get started. This is opal number one. I've already got them bagged up and everything. We did that in a previous attempt to make this video. Opal number one is a nice little nodule of opal. Get you a backlight view of it here. Real nice bright orange in there. Could easily be a faceted stone or two or three out of that one. Get you a weight on it. We are looking at 82.8 grams of fire opal. Still has some matrix on it, but beautiful material. Go ahead and get it wrapped up and put away, and we'll move on to opal number two. Get it pulled out here. Now, this is a very nice chunk of opal for specimen. I don't know about cutting, but just beautiful. Little black dots throughout it, some clouds. Beautiful piece of opal. Nice and orange. Get you a weight on it here. This one is 132 grams. Now this one, being that it's not facet grade and it's not really a big monster, might be a little more affordable than you think. So if you're interested, send me a message over on Facebook. Move on to opal number three. Now if you're wondering why I got them wrapped in wet paper, go on over to my Facebook page and look through my albums, go to my videos, and you'll find several videos there explaining this material, how to grade it, how to cure it, and some general education on it. Now this is a beautiful piece of opal. Nice bright reds in there, dark ambers and oranges and reds. Now this one, some of it may be facet grade, but I'm going to say it's better for carving and cabbing, or specimen grade if you can find a way to display it backlit. Get you a weight on it. Nice big solid chunk of opal here. And this one is going to come in at 207.9 grams. Beautiful piece of opal. We'll move right along to number four. If I remember right. Yep. That chunk of opal, hope you can see this through the video, but you can absolutely see my finger moving around behind that opal. That is a very high grade piece of facet grade opal. That stone right there could very well set the new world record. Bam! Look at all of that beautiful facet grade opal. I mean, that is just a gorgeous chunk of opal. Get you a weight on it. That piece of opal weighs 269.5 grams. Now, as far as high-grade opal goes, you just can't hardly get better than that. I've shown this one in videos before, so look through all of them. Just gorgeous piece of opal. Get the sun behind it there. I mean, that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful opal. So, if you're interested in maybe setting a new world record, send me a message and let's talk about number 4. I would love for the new world record in the Smithsonian to have my name on it, but it could just as easily have your name on it. Let's go on to number 5. Starting to get a little bigger now. Now, I've done some research and I've checked everything coming out of Mexico and everything coming out of Brazil. You can't get fire opals this big out of either one of those places. This one is even nicer than number 4. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but you can absolutely see my fingers moving around behind that opal. Front lit, not back lit. I am almost dead certain this one is going to break the world record. Look at that. You just don't get an opal like that anywhere else in the world. And even to get one this size here is almost unheard of. That is some of the highest grade facet grade opal that comes out of the mine. Get you a weight on this one. This one weighs 436.3 grams. I mean, really, folks, look at this thing. Let me clean that off a little bit. But look at that opal. I mean, you're just not going to find any better opal anywhere else in the world than that right there. Now, a few years back, down in Mexico, they were pulling cherry opals out that were this size and bigger, but they were so unstable that within hours of coming out of the ground, they were cracking horrendously. And you'd end up with little pieces that you couldn't really do much with. So if you want a monster opal, you're looking at the stuff out of Brazil. I mean, an absolute monster down there is considered golf ball size. You just saw one baseball size. Let's move on. We're going to go through these next 10 or so fairly quick. Hope you can hear me over the airplanes. Yeah, that one's kind of big, come in low right over the house. Last couple of weeks we've had a lot of fires in southern Oregon, northern California. The valley's been full of smoke, it's been hard on everybody. The air quality's been bad. See, we're looking at opal number 6 now, I believe, yeah. This one has got some facet grade in it. I don't know that all of it will be. It's got some real beautiful looking opal in there though. I think this was going to be mostly facet grade. Darker oranges, even little yellow areas. Just beautiful, big chunk of opal. Get you a weight on it. Oh, we are looking at 346.9 grams. Get it wrapped up and put away. We'll move on to opal number 7. Opal number 7. Let's see what we got here. It's almost like Christmas for me because I don't remember which one went in which bag. Oh yeah. There's a beautiful piece of opal. Still got some matrix attached to it. Let me show you. Look at all of that cherry red opal. Now, this is not going to be facet grade on this one. This one is going to be carved grade or cab grade. But my goodness, look at that. You get that cut down to size, and you're going to have some beautiful, beautiful gemstones cut out of this. Get you a weight on it here. All right, it looks like 255.7 grams. Get this one wrapped up, and we'll move on to number 8. Oh yeah, I think I remember number 8. Oh yeah, there's a big old hunk of opal. Believe it or not, folks, that's just a small piece of the original opal. Look at all that amber red and brown in there. Just beautiful, beautiful opal. Now, one end of this is absolutely facet grade. Should easily get a 10 to 20 carat stone out of this end. This other end, maybe it is, maybe it's not. It's kind of hard to tell when they're this big until after you've got them processed down into smaller pieces. But I mean, look at all of that juicy, juicy opal. A few little dendrites on it, but they're all on the outside skin of it. It won't penetrate deeply into the stone. So you should have some real clean opal to work with there. Try to get you a weight on this one. We are looking at 436.8 grams. All right, we're halfway through opal number 9. Oh yeah. This is going to be another one that's got a lot of facet grade pieces in it. Nice bright oranges. This is that classic fire opal color. A lot of facet grade in there. There should be a couple of very large stones you should be able to cut out of this. Just beautiful opal. Let's get you a weight on it. We're over 400 again. We are at 417.5 grams. For those of you that want to do the math, there are 5 carats, I believe. My memory maybe, but I believe there's 5 carats in every gram. Let's move on to number 10. Oh, big old opal. Let's see what hiding under the paper here. Oh yeah, another big orange. Big old opal. I'm talking softball size opal. Get that orange and red. Now, this part of the opal over here has some kind of a skin on it. I don't know if it's a skin or if it goes throughout the opal, but I'm thinking at least 2/3 of this. It's going to be nice facet grade opal. So let's get you a weight on it. Still got some of the roots on it from the mine. Nope, can't weigh it on that scale. We're going to have to put it on the postal scale. Now I got an El Cheapo little postal scale here. I don't know how accurate it's going to be. We're going to go pounds and ounces and hopefully get you close to a weight on there. Look at the light coming through that thing. Okay, according to the postal scale, it looks like we've got about 1.5 pounds. So, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 pounds of fire opal. One single fire opal. 1.5 pounds. Where else are you going to find opals over 1 pound? I love this stuff. Okay, let's move on to number 11. It's going to be another monster. Great big old opal. Now this one is a little bit different. It's a great big old nodule of opal. You can see part of it is cream colored, part of it's the orange. We've got dendrites in there. We've got a water level here. But a big old softball sized chunk. This is absolutely going to be carving grade. I just can't imagine the beautiful carvings hidden in this swirled up opal with the cream and the orange. And man, there's not too much areas that the light's going to go through it. I got too much matrix on there, too much of the cream. But I have a feeling this is going to end up being a beautiful, beautiful opal. Pull a little bit of the matrix off, see if I can. Anyway, let's get you a weight on it. I know this is another one that's too big for the little scale, so we'll put it up here on the postal scale again. And a little over 1.75 pounds. Go ahead and get it wrapped up, and we'll move on to opal number 12. Opal number 12. We're going to back up a little bit in size. And see what we got here. Another big beautiful chunk. Absolutely see through it. Absolutely facet grade. Now it's got some cracks here, here, and throughout here. But that chunk out there on the end, that is all facet grade, and there is easily a 20, 30, 40, 50 carat stone in that. But big beautiful chunk of opal. Get you a weight on it here. We'll go back down to the little scale. And we are looking at 188.6 grams of facet grade opal. Get you another view of that thing backlit. Wow, look at all that light coming through there. Get it wrapped up, and we'll move on to number 13. Oh, so we still haven't got to the big ones. I've got a couple, 2 or 3 of them here that's going to really make you a believer when I say I've got big opals. Let's see what we got here for number 13. Absolutely another one that's too big boy on the little scale. Big old chunk of opal. Again, you can see my finger moving through that stone. So at least that end of it is facet grade. Might be a little surface crack and craze on this one. I see some color veining and clouds and swirls in it. So, you know, this might be one more suited for cabbing or carving. But look at all that beautiful opal. I mean, it's even shining through the matrix a little bit. Big old beautiful, beautiful opal. Get you a weight on this one. Somewhere between 1.25 pounds and 1.5 pounds. That's a lot of opal. Alright folks, it is time for the monsters. We're going to start with number 14 in the monster opal category. I do believe I've shown this one before. So look through my videos, get a couple more views of it. I think this is the first time I've had it out in some really good sunlight. But look at that. That is a football-sized chunk of opal. A single opal, big as a football. A few little dendrites in it right here. Just watch this. Bam. How is that for a big old juicy piece of orange opal? Good Lord, look at that opal. Hey Steven, have you got a dop that big? Alright, I'm going to get you a weight on this one, and have a feeling that even the postal scale is not going to weigh this one. Bunk. That postal scale goes up to 2 pounds. I just bottomed it out without even trying to slow it down. I have a feeling this one is somewhere between 3 and 5 pounds. Now if you need a better weight than that for it, I'll find a way to weigh it. I know a place where I can go and borrow a scale and weigh it. And we'll get you an exact weight. But opal number 14 is truly a monster, world-class monster opal. And let's go to number 15. Another nearly football-sized chunk of opal. A lot of matrix left on this one, but it's not very thick. I'll see if I can get the light to play through it somewhere. I may have left too much matrix on it. Oh, there we go. There's a little light coming through it right there. Nice bright orange, red overtones. Beautiful, beautiful chunk of opal. Let's see if we can't get a weight, but I'm fairly certain it's going to bottom the scale out again. Clunk. It did so again. Once again, folks, if you want a better weight on this thing, if you're interested in buying it, I will find a way to get you a precise measurement of the weight, and I'll video that when we do it. There was opal number 15. Now, last but not least, opal number 16. And one of my favorites. This one is a nodule that formed at the end of a seam. This end of it here was in a seam. And as the opal was coming up through the seam, the cracks and crevices of the earth, it opened up into a pocket and formed this big round nodule, and it's solidly attached to the seam. Let's see if we can get some light to play through it. I mean, just gorgeous opal. Being this big and this thick, with that much matrix on it, it's kind of hard to get the light to play through it too much. But up here on this top, you can see the light coming through. Big old chunk of opal. I just love digging these big monster opals. And once again, clunk, just bottoms out the scale, folks. Now that's another one's going to be somewhere in the 4, 5, 6 pound range. So if you want to try your hand working with big monster opal, I've got it for you. Just send me a message on Facebook and we'll discuss the pricing and we'll get one of these in your hands. So I hope you enjoyed looking at all these big, wonderful, juicy, beautiful opals, and we'll see you on the next one.